on to this card real quick, okay? Since George and I have just started rambling like shit, we're going to move on to UFC 128, okay? Real quick, we'll talk about the main card.
On paper, good-looking card.
It's a good-looking card. It's one of the nicest cards we've seen in a while. We'll get back to Jones and Ruiz since that's the headliner. We'll start back with just some of the things. Both of the Miller brothers are fighting.
Right. Krokop is going to give Brendan Schaub a run for his money. I think Brendan Schaub, hopefully he doesn't walk in there with, wow, I'm getting ready to fight, probably one of the top, one of the best heavyweights in my opinion to ever fight.
Yeah.
Just because his career is, spans such a long time frame. And he's a good fighter.
Yeah,
so you got Krokop versus Schaub.
Right. You got Nate Marquardt that's going to be fighting Akiyama.
How do you see that going?
Nate Marquardt's last show wasn't too impressive. I'd still have to go with Marquardt because he's
so damn big.
And when he is on his game, he's such an impressive fighter. So yeah, I'd have to go with Marquardt. If I'm not saying that right, just I don't know what to tell you guys. But
Jim Miller versus Kamal Shalaru.
I'm going to go with Jim Miller.
I'm not.
Jim Miller. You're going to go with Kamal.
That man throws bricks, dude. Right. You need to watch some of his old fights in the WEC. That to me has potential to be fight of the night.
Yeah, it definitely could because both of these guys are going to go out and start with. Now, it's going to be also, at 120 is also going to be the debut of Uriah Faber.
At 135 pounds.
At 135 pounds. So he said, you know what, I'm going to drop a little bit of weight. He's going to be fighting Eddie Winland. Who do you have in this bout? Who do you have, Jimmy?
Faber.
I do too. I got Faber.
I like it.
Yeah, I gotta think at Faber going down to 135 pounds. I gotta against a guy who's had 6 losses. I gotta go with Faber.
I honestly think it's gonna depend on these. Faber's got a bad habit of breaking his hands. That's why he lost his last fight to Mike Brown.
Have carpal tunnel syndrome?
I don't know, dude. He hit Mike Brown with that right hand and couldn't punch anymore the rest of the fight. That's why you see him throwing elbows.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's got a problem with his hands. If his hands are healed and 100%, dude, he's lightning quick.
Yeah.
And he's got a chance. Could he probably knock Eddie Winland out? Yeah.
Guns to your head, who you picking to win?
Faber.
Okay. Now, moving on to the main event, which is everybody's going to be talking about. It's going to be Hua versus Jones. Okay.
And this is for the 205 belt. This is for all the crumpets.
Yeah, and Jones has moved up through the ranks, and he's young as shit, and he's impressive as shit, and he's lengthy, and he has such an arsenal of weapons. And a lot of people, including Vegas and the man who's sitting beside me, just thinks Jones is.
I think he's just going to win the fight.
What do you think?
Jones, definitely.
He's
too good of an athlete.
Yeah. A lot of people think that.
And how long have Kevin and I been sitting here talking? Like somebody referenced our old Brock Lesnar video, and we sat here and we said, if Brock Lesnar and Fedor were to fight today, who would win? And everybody went with Fedor. And then 2 years later, everyone was kind of going with Brock. The athlete that's coming into UFC is changing.
Yeah.
It's not this, I'm just training this, I'm just training. They are big, they're athletic, they're long, they're strong. They did other things besides go to their dojo every day from 2 years old so they didn't get their asses whipped at the fucking bus stop by some bully. So it's changing.
Now, I'm gonna take everything in contrast because I like Jon Jones. I'm impressed with Jon Jones, but Shogun Rua is a crafty fucking veteran. And if for some way, I'm not gonna ever count him out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have thought that Jones would have been the favorite. If someone put a gun in my hand and said I'd have been like Shogun. Even though I think Jones will beat him, but I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jones. I just think Shogun's crafty, and Shogun can get you in some shit. If he can land those fucking leg kicks, then, but it's hard to do that on a guy that's 6'4", and he can pop you from halfway across the ring with a fucking 84-inch reach.
And by the way, Kurt Pellegrino is also on this card.
Yeah. So, we forgot all about that guy. That's going to be interesting. Wow. If Jones wins this fight, that would be wild to see what a 23-year-old.
Then who's going to step up and fight him? Who's next? Do you give Shogun the immediate rematch?
No.
Why? Why not?
If it happened, if Jones was to beat, Shogun, I would have to say that
the winner of the Rashad Evans fight.
The Rampage.
Rashad Evans gets the winner of this.
No, not Rashad Evans because he should beat. Who's Rampage fighting?
Who's Rampage fighting?
Rampage is getting ready.
Oh, he's fighting Matt Hamill.
Right.
What?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah. See, you think I'm the messed up one.